The alarm clock screams. It's 6 o'clock in the morning and the day begins.
Another day, another dollar.
Alex, a 28-year-old trapped in the corporate machinery, drags himself out of bed. The commute is a blur of traffic and frustration, a daily reminder of his stagnant life. Reaching his sterile corporate cubicle, Alex feels a familiar pang of discontent.
There has to be more to life than this.
He dreams of launching his own sustainable product line, a life where his work aligns with his values.
Maybe one day, I'll make a real difference.
He spends his lunch breaks sketching designs for eco-friendly products, each stroke a rebellion against corporate monotony. Little does he know, that spark is just around the corner. The workday drags on, each tick of the clock a painful reminder of Alex's unfulfilled potential.
Just another evening of Netflix and takeout.
Just as Alex is about to resign himself to another evening of monotony, a notification pops up on his phone. It's an email invitation to a networking event hosted by a local incubator known for supporting budding entrepreneurs.
Wow, this could be it.
A surge of excitement courses through him, a flicker of hope in the monotony of his day.
What if I don't belong there? What if everyone else is more experienced, more successful, more deserving?
The weight of these anxieties threatens to extinguish the fragile flame of hope that the invitation had ignited. As Alex stares at the invitation, a battle rages within him.
This could be a turning point, but what if I fail?
He knows that attending this event could be a turning point in his life. It's a chance to step outside his comfort zone, to connect with potential mentors, to gain valuable insights into the world of entrepreneurship. Yet, the fear persists.
I can see it now. Me, standing there, lost and out of place.
The RSVP button on the invitation seems to pulsate, a beacon of both promise and uncertainty. Will he succumb to his fears and remain trapped in his current reality? Or will he find the courage to take the first step towards transforming his life? The weight of the decision pressed on Alex like a physical burden.
What if I go and make a fool of myself? What if my ideas are met with ridicule?
His mind raced, a chaotic storm of what-ifs and maybes. Yet beneath the fear, a tiny ember of hope flickered.
I can't stay stuck here forever!
He remembered a quote he had once read. The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. This event, this invitation, was his metaphorical cave, and the treasure within held the promise of a life aligned with his values and aspirations.
I will no longer allow fear to dictate my life.
Taking a deep breath, Alex made a choice.
I will embrace the uncertainty, the possibility of failure, and most importantly, the potential for growth.
His finger hovered over the RSVP button, a physical manifestation of the internal battle he had just fought and won. A surge of adrenaline, a mixture of fear and exhilaration, coursed through him as he clicked the button.
Doubt still lingers, but underneath it, a newfound sense of purpose is taking root.
He had taken the first step, a seemingly small action that held immense power. The act of simply saying yes to this opportunity felt like a rebellion against the fear that had held him captive for so long. He knew the road ahead would be challenging, but for the first time in a long time, he felt truly alive. The confirmation email arrived in his inbox, a tangible symbol of his commitment.
I need to prepare, research the speakers, familiarize myself with their backgrounds and areas of expertise.
Alex began researching the speakers and attendees, eager to absorb as much knowledge as possible.
I need to practice my elevator pitch, refine my message, grow my confidence.
He practiced in front of the mirror, each rehearsal refining his message. As the day of the event approached, a mix of nerves and excitement churned within him.
I want to project an image of confidence and professionalism, not the corporate drone I felt I had become.
He knew that the next few hours could change the course of his life, and he was ready, as best as one could be, to embrace whatever lay ahead. The air buzzed with a nervous energy as Alex stepped into the crowded venue.
Everyone seems so confident, so at ease. Their conversations flow effortlessly.
He felt a familiar pang of self-doubt creep in.
I feel like an imposter. My carefully rehearsed elevator pitch suddenly feels woefully inadequate.
He clutched his drink a little tighter, a lifeline in a sea of unfamiliar faces. He scanned the room, hoping to spot a familiar face, someone, anyone, he could strike up a conversation with.
This was my dream, wasn't it? To be surrounded by entrepreneurs, to breathe the air of innovation and ambition?
Retreating to the relative safety of the snack table, Alex busied himself with arranging a plate of appetizers he had no appetite for.
As Alex contemplated making a hasty retreat, a voice interrupted his thoughts.
Those mini quiches are dangerously addictive, aren't they?
Alex turned to see a woman standing beside him, her smile warm and inviting.
She had an air of effortless confidence about her, her posture relaxed, her gaze direct and engaging.
I'm Maya, she said, extending her hand. Don't tell me you're actually here for the food? She teased, her tone light and playful.
Alex, he replied, shaking her hand, a small smile forming on his lips. Guilty as charged, he admitted, gesturing to his plate.
Maya laughed, a melodic sound that seemed to cut through the surrounding noise.
Don't worry, she reassured him. The real action is over by the coffee machine. That's where the serious networking happens. Sensing his hesitation, Maya added, "You here solo too?" When Alex nodded, she smiled encouragingly. "Don't worry," she said, her voice laced with understanding. "I remember my first networking event."
She chuckled at the memory, and Alex found himself laughing along with her, the tension he'd been carrying easing slightly.
"So," she continued, her tone turning more serious, "what brings you here tonight? What's your big idea?"
Her question caught him off guard.
I have this idea for a line of sustainable products, he began, his voice gaining confidence as he spoke.
He told her about his passion for the environment, his frustration with the lack of eco-friendly options in the market, and his dream of creating a business that aligned with his values.
"It's a good idea," she said finally, her voice calm and steady. "A really good idea."
Maya listened intently, her gaze never wavering, her body language open and receptive.
"It's the execution that matters." But she added, her tone gentle but firm, "Ideas are a dime a dozen."
Alex felt a knot of anxiety tighten in his chest.
Everyone here seems so far ahead, so established. I know, he admitted, his voice laced with frustration, but I don't even know where to start.
And a whole lot of rejections. Maya smiled, a hint of mischief in her eyes. "You know," she said, leaning closer, "I started my business with nothing but a laptop and a prayer."
She winked, and Alex found himself drawn in by her energy, her unwavering belief in the power of possibility.
Maybe I can do this, he thought, feeling a spark of determination ignite within him.
The evening had taken an unexpected turn, and for the first time, Alex felt like he was exactly where he needed to be. Maya's words, "Start small," echoed in Alex's mind. Back in his tiny apartment, Alex felt a renewed sense of purpose. Maya's journey from a nervous newcomer to a successful entrepreneur ignited a spark within him.
I realized I didn't need a grand plan, just a starting point.
He pulled out his sketchbook, filled with scribbled designs and ideas. He began to organize his thoughts, prioritizing his product ideas. He stayed up late, fueled by coffee and excitement.
The next morning, I woke up feeling lighter than I had in months. The dread I usually felt was replaced by quiet anticipation.
He knew he had a long road ahead, but for the first time, he could envision a future where his work ignited his passion. His corporate job now felt like a stepping stone. He channeled his energy into his work, becoming more efficient.
I knew that every dollar I saved brought me one step closer to my dream.
He cut back on unnecessary expenses, his morning latte replaced with homemade coffee. His takeout dinners swapped for home-cooked meals. Each small sacrifice fueled his determination. One evening, while researching local resources, Alex found a weekly meetup for aspiring business owners. He hesitated, remembering his initial discomfort, but then he thought of Maya's words.
You don't have to do this alone.
He decided to take a chance. He arrived early, heart pounding with excitement and trepidation. He took a seat, nursing a cup of herbal tea. As more people arrived, he was struck by the diversity. There were young creatives, seasoned professionals, and retirees.
I listened intently as they shared their stories. I heard echoes of my own fears and doubts.
He realized he wasn't alone in his pursuit of success. The meetup group became his lifeline. He formed close bonds with several members.
We offered each other support and encouragement.
He realized the journey was more rewarding when shared. Emboldened by the support of his newfound community, Alex took the plunge and invested in a small batch of samples for his first product, a line of eco-friendly cleaning supplies made from plant-based ingredients. He spent weeks researching suppliers, refining his formulas, and designing packaging that reflected his brand's commitment to sustainability.
I sent out samples to local businesses, my heart filled with a mix of hope and trepidation.
He eagerly awaited their feedback, checking his email inbox every few minutes, his phone constantly within arm's reach. The first few responses were positive, praising the quality of his products and the sleekness of his branding. He dared to dream, to envision his products on store shelves, his brand becoming synonymous with sustainable living. But then came the rejections. Polite but firm emails explaining that his products were not a good fit for their current inventory.
I received feedback criticizing my pricing strategy, my packaging choices, even the scent of my all-natural cleaning spray.
The rejections, though expected, stung. The initial excitement he'd felt began to wane, replaced by a familiar wave of self-doubt. He found himself questioning everything.
Was my idea really that good? Was I cut out for this entrepreneurial life after all?
The fear, once a distant whisper, now roared in his ears, threatening to extinguish the fragile flame of his entrepreneurial spirit. Overwhelmed and disheartened, Alex reached out to Maya. He poured out his frustrations, his voice thick with disappointment. He told her about the rejections, the self-doubt that threatened to consume him. He questioned if he should just cut his losses and accept that entrepreneurship wasn't meant for him.
Alex, rejection is part of the process. Every successful entrepreneur has a stack of rejections higher than you can imagine. Even the most successful businesses faced setbacks, and the road to success is rarely linear. Don't let the fear paralyze you. See these rejections as feedback, as opportunities to learn and grow. Analyze the feedback, adjust your approach, and keep moving forward.
Her words, spoken with such conviction, sparked a flicker of hope within him. He realized that failure wasn't the opposite of success, but rather a stepping stone on the path towards it. He began to view the rejections through a different lens, dissecting the feedback, identifying patterns and areas for improvement. He reached out to other entrepreneurs in his network, seeking advice on pricing strategies, distribution channels, and marketing techniques. He learned from their experiences, their mistakes, their triumphs. He realized that the entrepreneurial journey was not about avoiding failure, but about embracing it as an opportunity for growth and learning. One evening, Alex stumbled upon an advertisement for a pitch competition focused on sustainability. The grand prize included a cash investment and mentorship. This was his chance. He knew he had to participate. Hesitantly, Alex began to craft his pitch. As the day of the pitch competition arrived, a knot of anxiety tightened in Alex's stomach. He had spent the past few weeks meticulously preparing, rehearsing his pitch until it flowed effortlessly, and fine-tuning his slide deck to perfection. He had even invested in a new shirt, a small indulgence that symbolized his commitment to this opportunity. He arrived at the venue early, the air buzzing with nervous energy. Entrepreneurs, their faces etched with a mix of excitement and apprehension, huddled together, fine-tuning their pitches and offering each other words of encouragement. Alex found a quiet corner, taking deep breaths to calm his nerves. He closed his eyes, visualizing himself on stage, his voice steady, his message resonating with the judges.
I thought of all the challenges I had overcome to get to this point, the countless hours spent honing my craft, the rejections I had learned from, the unwavering support of my friends and family. I reminded myself that I wasn't just pitching a product, I was sharing a vision, a passion for a more sustainable future.
As his name was called, a surge of adrenaline coursed through him. He walked towards the stage, each step a testament to his courage, his determination to push past his fear and embrace this opportunity. He could feel the weight of the room's attention on him, but instead of shrinking back, he met their gaze head-on. Standing under the bright stage lights, facing a panel of judges and a room full of expectant faces, Alex felt a strange sense of calm wash over him. The months of preparation, the countless hours of practice, had culminated in this moment, and he was ready.
I began to speak. My voice, initially a little shaky, gained strength and conviction as I spoke about my passion for sustainability, my frustration with the lack of eco-friendly options in the marketplace, and my vision for a company that prioritized both people and the planet. I spoke about my product, highlighting its unique features and benefits, but more importantly, I spoke from the heart, conveying my genuine desire to make a difference. I shared stories of my own struggles with finding sustainable alternatives, connecting with the audience on a personal level. I spoke about the challenges I faced as an entrepreneur, the rejections, the self-doubt, but also the unwavering belief in my vision that kept me going. I didn't shy away from the tough questions, instead using them as opportunities to further demonstrate my knowledge and passion.
As he spoke, he noticed a shift in the room. The initial skepticism on the judges' faces softened, replaced by a look of interest, even admiration. The audience, initially reserved, began to nod along, their attention captivated by his genuine enthusiasm and the clarity of his vision. The air crackled with anticipation as the judges prepared to announce the winner. Alex stood amongst his fellow entrepreneurs, excitement and trepidation washing over him. He had poured his heart into his pitch, knowing he had already achieved a personal victory.
The announcement came, echoing through the silent room, and the winner is Alex and his company, Greenhaven Essentials.
A collective gasp rippled through the audience, followed by thunderous applause. Alex felt a surge of pure joy, a wide grin spreading across his face. The weeks that followed the competition were a whirlwind of activity. Armed with the investment capital and the guidance of seasoned mentors, Alex hit the ground running. He secured a small warehouse space, transforming it into a bustling production facility. He hired his first employees, a small but dedicated team who shared his passion for sustainability. The once empty pages of his order book began to fill his eco-friendly cleaning products, finding their way onto the shelves of local stores and into the homes of conscious consumers.
He worked tirelessly, fueled by a potent combination of passion and purpose. The long hours, once a source of resentment in his corporate job, now flew by each day, bringing him closer to realizing his dream.
He found immense satisfaction in seeing his vision come to life, in creating a business that aligned with his values and in making a tangible difference in the world. He had traded the sterile confines of his corporate cubicle for the vibrant energy of his own company, the monotony of spreadsheets replaced by the thrill of bringing his ideas to fruition. He hadn't simply changed his job, he had transformed his life. The once timid, self-doubting Alex was gone, replaced by a confident, purpose-driven entrepreneur, living proof that sometimes the greatest risks yield the most rewarding outcomes. As Greenhaven Essentials flourished, so too did Alex's commitment to his initial vision. He partnered with local organizations, sponsoring community cleanup initiatives and educational workshops on sustainable living. He became an advocate for ethical sourcing and responsible manufacturing, his company a shining example of how businesses could thrive while prioritizing both people and the planet.
He found himself invited to speak at events, sharing his entrepreneurial journey, his message resonating with aspiring business owners and seasoned executives alike. He spoke about the importance of following one's passion, of embracing challenges as opportunities for growth, and of the transformative power of believing in oneself, even when the odds seem stacked against you.
His story, once one of quiet desperation and unfulfilled potential, had become a source of inspiration, a beacon of hope for others yearning to break free from the ordinary and pursue their own extraordinary dreams. He realized that his success wasn't just about the bottom line, but about the positive impact he was making on his community, his industry, and the world at large. His journey was a testament to the ripple effect of courage, of how one person's decision to take a chance could inspire countless others to do the same. He had become a catalyst for change, proving that even the smallest of actions, fueled by passion and purpose, could create waves of positive transformation. Alex's story is not unique. It's a story that echoes in the hearts of countless individuals yearning for something more, a life filled with purpose, passion, and the satisfaction of making a tangible difference. It's a story that reminds us that we all have the power within us to transform our lives, to break free from the shackles of fear and self-doubt, and to create a future that aligns with our deepest values and aspirations. The path to transformation may be challenging, fraught with obstacles and setbacks, but the rewards are immeasurable. It's a journey that begins with a single step, a decision to embrace the unknown, to silence the inner critic, and to say yes to the possibilities that lie beyond our comfort zones. So what's holding you back? What dream have you buried beneath layers of fear and self-doubt? What first step can you take today to move towards a life that truly inspires you? The time for excuses is over. The time for action is now. Your journey starts today. Take that first step and watch in awe as the world conspires to help you succeed.